Do you reckon if I went to the local fish and chip shop and gave them a turkey, they would dunk it in the deep fryer?
I think you should ask him.
Like, mind if I just drop a turkey in? Not a euphemism.
Yes, I've got this girl gobbling on me turkey. I got this girl schlonging on me gobbler. I've got a headache from like that's actually too much for Tony Lodge.
Hi, I'm Holly from Perth.
I'm Amy from High Wycombe, England. I'm Dr. Kimmy, PhD from Denver, USA. And I approve this podcast.
We've just had a bit of a nice naughty snack. And Toni is a professional and she's ready to do the show. Charles, Sophie, very professional, ready to do the show. The snorty snack, the naughty snack has made me a bit funny. And everyone's being...
And no one saw it coming. And this is that was a surprise. The surprise of it all is...
Yeah, and what I want to say...
so mad.
Yeah, I know, and I'm really sorry because you are being a professional and you're trying to keep it together and I'm not helping and it's on me. So don't let me being shit and terrible affect you being awesome and perfect. Is there anything you'd like
What a fucking way of saying that. Oh, you being perfect and beautiful.
I was trying to take the blame and gas you up and you're taking it the wrong way.
You're gassing someone up, that's for sure.
Yeah, myself.
You've just burped about 8.
Let me keep talking when I do.
But I don't want to. I don't want to be involved. You know what? Where this would never happen? At the Country Women's Association. That's all I would say.
That is not true. Those old ducks fucking, they let rip.
Do you reckon that they're all like doing bags together and stuff?
They definitely would be doing like medicinal gummies and stuff.
Yes.
Because, you know, the arthritis and the old aches.
Would they go to that rave bingo thing we discovered?
Bingo loco.
We did discover yesterday Bingo Loco, and I might be celebrating a Christmas in July party that was supposed to be my house at Bingo Loco. We'll get to that soon, but first, let's do normal or nah. Here we go. This is from Shmalamy because she didn't want to put her name to it.
So fair.
After doing the hippity dippity with my partner, I do a quick little 2 taps just to say good job.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And they do it to each other.
Yeah.
It's like they both finish up.
High five, good job.
Yeah. I know, it's always just 2 taps, good job. Could be on the back or the arms or the tummy. It's not location specific, but it's just a little tap to say, good job, we're done.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I've only just, you know, what's that? The glass is shattered.
Well, from How I Met Your Mother is why this came up for us. Is that like, it's something you don't realize and someone goes, oh, you know how blah always does this thing? And you go, oh, and then you realize it and you can't like ignore it after that.
Shmalamy says, I've only just realized that we've done this every time we've done the hippity dippity for the past 5 years.
That's quite sweet.
Is this normal or nah?
I like a GGWP. Good game, well played. I think that's quite sweet.
That's too fast for me. GGW, good game, well played.
Yeah. So like at the end of a footy game, you know how they all like shake hands on the field and whatever? GGWP, all good.
So when you and Torbs have done the hippity dippity, do you like shake his hand and go GDWP?
Nah, I normally...
Good job, mate.
Say...
Good effort.
I might hop in the shower. It's like...
Yeah.
Normally...
Yeah.
Normally what I would say.
Yep.
Or, yeah, that's it. No, you know sometimes like you just like love you, like thanks.
Thanks.
Like often we'll be like thanks for doing it with me.
But thanks makes it feel like they are doing charity work.
Well, it's just nice though, isn't it? Oh, thank you. Like that was so nice.
Thank you for that donation, Torbs.
Yeah, sperm donation. Oh, sorry. You know what? Like that's just nice. Do you guys say anything?
Nah. Once someone tried to high five me one time.
I don't like high fives
in general,
anyway, but that would probably be the last place I would want someone to offer me a high five.
It was a bit like too enthusiastic.
Torbs. Not someone.
was like too
talk.
enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Good job. Well done. And I was just like,
It feels like a bit bro-y.
I was like, just let me fall
But
asleep.
I think that all high fives are. I hate that.
Just let me fall asleep and be a piece of shit on my own. Like,
Yeah. But I think I quite like the, all right, like good game. Good game? Good game.
good game.
Yeah.
Good giant game.
Good
Jane.
Oh.
Melcy Cow. Guys using the hairdryer to dry themselves in the gym change rooms.
To dry their hair?
Bollocks naked, not a towel in sight, fully air drying their full bodies.
With the hairdryer. Oh. Oh.
Don't have a towel? No problemo.
Ooh, remember that time that I put the hairdryer between my legs to hold, because I didn't have very much bench space, but the hairdryer had been on and the metal grate at the end burnt my asshole. Remember that?
No.
Oh,
I must have suppressed that right down.
Yeah. That's normally how you're pushing me. Yeah, down. Yeah, and I burnt like the inside of my thigh and like, you know, the crest of the ass?
Yeah, like little...
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my cup. Got me on the cup.
Got me on the
Burnt
cup.
me cup.
Burnt me cup. Melcy said, I saw this... You stupid cat. Cup.
What did you say? Cut.
Beep that.
Oh, sorry for saying sorry. On a Toni and Ryan Friday. A Toni and Ryan day.
I saw one...
Toni and Fry.
Now,
and
people might not know this if you're new to the show, and welcome to YouTubers, because we're on YouTube every day now. Toni is a sound engineer by trade and an audio queen. So I'm going to need you to audibly give a rendition of what Melcy's just describing here. I saw one bloke sit naked on the bench and his arsehole...
Do you want me to get naked?
Audibly. His arsehole sucker cups the bench while he like bent down to like air dry his feet. Like, so he's air drying his feet, and it's sort of like, you know, when they put the plunger on the bald guy's head?
Yeah.
And then it came back up, for, you know.
Yeah.
Imagine every time I got off a chair.
And sit down.
That's enough from me.
Oh. Also, drying yourself with a hairdryer is so weird. Use a towel.
Or maybe they just didn't have one, or these guys are just living the dream at the local gym there.
Also, like, being naked in a change room is so, but like, I think it feels a little bit different if it's like you've just played a game of footy and you're all there together and you kind of know it. But like being in a change room at the gym where the other people, you don't know them, is so fucking rogue to me.
Yeah.
Like watching the old people.
When you have a swim though, what do you do after?
Well, normally I have a rinse in the showers that's like in the pool area. And then I just put my hooded towel on and I go home and have a shower at home.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess I have like the luxury of that. But if I was getting ready for work at the pool, I would go into the shower and get changed in there.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't do it out at the bench.
Well, most guys don't have a closed off shower. It's just a room with shower heads. Like where I go for a swim in the morning, it's just like there's just 4 shower heads. They're not like separate cubicles.
Oh. What?
Yeah. That's normal for the guys' room, isn't it?
Yeah,
Charles?
so when I was earlier in the year, I went to like hot springs and it's exactly that.
Yeah.
So normally, like a women's change room is like cubicles, and there'll be like a shower head, like it. So you kind of step in, and there's like a little bench and a hook to put your stuff on, and then you step into the shower, and that's like a separate part of the cubicle.
Nah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually brand fucking new information.
Yeah.
There was 2 cubicles. There was like 2 shower things where I was at the hot springs, but the rest it was just like I think 4 or 5 like open shower heads.
So now,
is there no open shower heads? At all?
No. It's all private. Like I've never walked into a change room and there's been like showers just like out.
Yeah.
It's always like in a cubicle. What the fuck?
I was gonna say I'll take a photo, but you're not allowed to get your phone out. Yeah. So the other day in the shower area, at the Eltham Leisure Centre, there's a wall of lockers.
Yeah.
And then the wall of lockers is joined by another wall which has a bench on it.
Yep.
So this guy was sitting right at the end of the bench where the lockers were, and my stuff was like next to him.
Yeah.
and I had to reach like up, like
Oh, sorry.
yeah, I had to
Jim.
like reach over this guy while I was nude to get my stuff.
Wait, you had your cock out in the change
Well,
room?
I had a towel on, but I was like, I waddled over.
No, hang on.
So I'm in my towel, and I had to sort of, oh, sorry, I'm just in there to grab my stuff.
Was he naked?
He also had a towel on. Thank you, Tony. He also had a towel. I think he might have had a shirt on because he was getting dressed. But I waited for a bit, and I was like, I can't wait all day, and then had to kind of up.
And someone's always only sitting in front of the locker where your stuff is. Like, they're never at the other end.
I usually put my stuff on the end because I just liked knowing it's like
Nip in,
or
nip
just in the
out.
corner or something.
It's also then you don't have to remember what one it is.
Yeah, I know it's the bottom corner or whatever.
That's what I do too.
And then, but so I remember saying to myself, like, next time I'm just going to put it on the other side. It's going to be fine because I don't have to drag my sack across this old bloke again.
Hang on. So,
I think
rewind and
I'm going to have to
freeze.
take you into the men's at Eltham Leisure Centre.
So, you have a shower at the Eltham Leisure Centre after you have a swim or you
Yep.
go to the gym, whatever.
Yep.
Do you get naked in the communal area of the shower?
Yeah. So you walk in, you put your towel on the hook, and then you walk in, you have your shower, and they've got like the little like, you know, like
I'd be
so, yeah.
careful with that.
You know, then you lather yourself up. I don't want to tell you how to use soap. Fucking heaven forbid the internet survived that one the first time. And you just lather yourself up, rinse yourself off. Great. Walk over, grab your towel, and then walk to where your stuff is.
What if you've just been for a swim, would you leave your Speedos on?
Well, often it would be, not that this matters or is the right way to do it, but often you'd probably you might take them off while you're in there. That's like your moment of
So
because then
shut up.
but you
Shut
clean,
the fuck up.
You clean yourself
Shut
and then
the
you're gonna go
fuck
take them
up.
off after. That's weird because you want to like.
So you're bending over in a communal shower to take your Speedos off?
But think if you
No,
if
no,
you
no,
left
no,
them
no.
on,
You shut the
you'll
fucking
still have.
hell up.
They got chlorine in them. You want to soap into them and give them a little.
Yeah. So you're bending over and
Yeah.
taking your Speedos. I agree. You're taking
We've just
your
lost YouTube subscribers. Our 100,000 plaque is just fallen over in disgust.
Yeah. So you're taking them off in the shower.
Yep.
Are there often other people in there, or do you only do that if it's
there's
empty?
four or five, yeah.
People.
Yeah. So 4 or 5 shower heads. But in the morning, like most people are doing a swim before work, so it's sort of like get your swim, get dressed, off to
So
work.
you're saying could be like 5 naked bodies showering next to
It's
each
never
other.
full, but it's also never empty. Like it's just like people coming in and out all day of the showers.
That is crazy.
Do I need to do a
me.
walkthrough of Facebook Live?
No, you can't do that.
No, I'll just find a time when no one's.
You just said it's never empty.
But maybe like if they open at 6 a.m. and I get 6:01, or if it closes at 10 p.m. I'll do an 11. You know, like.
That's so fucking weird.
But I
That's
just-
weirder than what you're saying you already do.
But I feel like I need to like show you.
No, because it's not that I don't understand the layout.
Hmm.
It's that I can't understand you being in there naked. That's crazy to me.
So where all? But
I would just never be naked somewhere in public.
But if you're-
and I think that that's the difference.
But public, you're not. You're in the shower.
You're in a public shower.
But if you've still got your bathers on, then you're taking the chlorine and stuff with you. And the whole point of the shower is to de-chlorine and get the crap off.
Yeah, no, and I actually do totally get that.
Hmm.
I guess that's where, in my mind,
Hmm.
if I'd just been for a swim, I would want to have a private shower so I could take the bathers off. Which I get,
Yeah.
but if the only option was a public shower, then I'd go, well, obviously not. Like that, I wouldn't go, oh, maybe. I would be like, well, I'll just go home.
Would you like to come over to my place for a swim and then we'll shower together after? Just as
Just
friends, but also as a gateway to your future showering.
I don't think that.
Because then you get comfortable at home, you know, and then so you go from yourself to a friend,
Is there no part of
to
you
a couple of friends, and then all of a sudden you're living La Vida Loca.
Is there no part of you that thinks it's weird that you're naked at the public shower?
You know, me and Cliff used to go skinny dipping at the beach.
Is there no part of you that thinks it's weird that you're doing the public naked shower?
It would actually be weirder to not.
See, that I don't know if it's because in women's bathrooms that we don't just don't have it, so you don't see it.
Yeah.
Remember when we were in New York and went to that bathhouse?
Yes.
The showers there that were like the communal ones for everyone.
Yeah.
That's what a men's locker room's normally like, where there's
Yeah.
Nah,
that wall.
everything's always got like a locked door in a women's.
That would have
And
been.
I went in there in my back, like, because people
Yeah.
were just walking in to rinse off and then go in the pool or whatever. That I did, because it was just like, yeah, okay. Sorry, I feel like we've blown something wide open here.
Well, if that's done your head in, I'm sorry everyone for this last normal on R today.
Okay.
And I
Sorry,
don't
just
know
hit my
if we're going to have to stop on the name for a bit, but this one is from Caitlin Bates.
It's not Kathy Bates, is it?
I just read the things.
Remember
we had dinner with Kathy Bates?
Yeah, I live in her Airbnb.
Of course.
Yeah.
I
love Kath.
Now
Wonder
this
how
is
she's going.
This is also I
Wonder
didn't.
how her husband's going, Mr. Bates. When you jerk off in New Zealand, Mr. Bates. That's funny. Yeah. High five.
Now Caitlin Bates has only just realised because someone pointed out, like, you don't ever really.
That she's a huge celebrity.
Yeah, you never really take stock of how do I hold the steering wheel. After a few years, surely you just get in the car and you just drive.
Yeah, and sometimes if you get into a car that's not yours and you go to go to hold it, but the spoke's in a different spot, and you go, oh, that's weird.
So Kathy Bates didn't realise that she's been dino gripping this whole time.
Oh,
Can you describe that for us, Toni?
I hate that. That's like a claw. Oh, that is horrendous. That's like an old lady grip. That's like how an old woman holds an umbrella.
What sort of umbrella do you have? It looks like she's holding a pencil.
In what world?
What sort of pencil do you have?
That's like, remember you tried to give me the hoof job that time when we were being mooses?
I would give you a hoof job.
Thank you. But Caitlin Bates said, I just sort of never really realised. And my friend got in the car and went, excuse me.
What the hell is going on? Normal to not realising how you do it, but
Nah to the dino claw grip.
Yeah. How an old woman holds an umbrella. It's so specific.
Oh, we've been at the CWA this week. You've just got old ladies on the brain. So
Hi, I'm Holly from Perth.
I'm Amy from High Wycombe in England. I'm Dr. Kimmy, PhD from Denver, USA, and you're listening to Toni and Ryan.
A massive thank you to a few of our champion tarpers over at our Patreon. Happy Toni and Ryan Friday. Girl Tav, love you, Girl Tav.
are we sticking with that?
Yes. Adam Gilbert, love you, Adam. Orlando Brennan, Elin Astrom, Liv, Evie May, Jess Berry, and Inez Cassidy. Thank you very much for being part of our Patreon. You love to see it. You really do.
Yep. If today's Toni and Ryan Friday, then on everyone else's Friday tomorrow.
Yes.
There will be a reaction
Real
video.
life Friday.
There will be a reaction video on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So
no audio episode,
Yep.
but there will be a reaction video tomorrow.
4 eps a week plus a reaction on Friday.
Yeah.
So thanks for being in this new era.
Yeah. But video eps every day is so fun.
It is fun.
I've loved thinking about like what I'm going to wear. Because before I just wore it just garbage every day.
No.
Fuck you.
If you would like to support us, if you're on Apple, hit follow or subscribe. Spotify, follow or subscribe. YouTube, subscribe. It really helps us on the back end and gives us the confidence to keep doing this. So thank you very much.
Well up.
Now that would be great. Now what is not great is
getting cancelled on. What's actually not great is when you give someone a recommendation and they get fucked over by the person you recommend.
So I decided to have a Christmas in July at my house.
Yeah.
One of my friends, it's her birthday around now. She loves Christmas. So I was like, let's come over to my house. We'll do let's get a private chef to do a full fancy Christmas dinner, Christmas in July. We'll all wear Christmas sweaters. It'll be great.
Because there's like 20 of you, right? Or But there's like,
Well, that's awesome.
there's a lot of you. And so you kind of go, oh, if we do like a chef, it's actually probably going to end up costing less than it would to go to like a restaurant and do like a Christmas in July banquet or something.
So
and you're at home, you've all got kids.
Yeah.
All the kids can go to sleep in the one, like how good.
So there's 17 adults that we invited. And
I don't even know 17 people's names.
But because of everyone's got kids and different stuff going on, it's sort of normal to float it to the group chat. And of the 17,
someone goes, we're on holiday.
8 or 10 might turn up.
Jenny's mum's here that weekend, so
there's always something, and it's fine. It's just how it is when you're got
kids. I've already got RSVP'd yes to a Tupperware party. I won't be able to come.
So we've got at our table. There's room for 8 at a push. I'd say 6 comfy, 8 at a push.
You cannot invite 17 people.
They all said yes.
But 17 with room for 8, that's not okay.
They all said yes. 17 people are coming.
No. But you can't invite 17 with only 8. I think if you go, we've got room for 15, we've invited 17, maybe one couple can't come. 17 with room for 8 is not a good ratio.
Well, there's the bench, and then we've got a table outside that we might bring inside. And if we put like a big Christmas
tablecloth,
Christmas Day where you can't just make shit happen.
I think that the hodgepodge table is the best fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Anders on the kids' table, even though he's an adult.
Put
Anders.
I thought you said antlers. And I was like, oh yeah, Christmas.
No, because when you're all adults, well, who goes on the shitty kids fold out one?
Oh nah, I like the fold out table.
Toni and Anders.
I haven't been invited.
Well, you invited yourself, though, and this is what I want to talk about. A few times, actually. Toni...
wasn't invited.
Recommended a chef.
Yep.
And I've just found out, after 3 months of emails back and forth, dietaries checking numbers, that they are not available.
Can I play? Because that obviously...
It's actually not all on them. It's. I didn't get... I looked through the email.
Some of it is the emailer, not just the emailee.
Look, as it turns out, I've got 17 people coming over to sit at my 8-person table to eat food that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah. That actually is a real pickle.
I'd love pickles. They're just
CWA.
They're vinegared cucumbers.
CWA, I could get you some.
That would be great, thank you. So Toni's offered to cook.
Well, yeah. Well, because I said this chef I follow on Instagram posts the coolest shit. The food looks
cool.
The food looks amazing.
Yep.
And Rum's like, oh my God, yes. And then so because that kind of fell through, I felt a little bit guilty because it was my recommender, even though I said, I'm just saying she looks awesome. I haven't eaten her food. It wasn't like, oh, we had her and it was great. It was like, oh, she's a good option.
Yep.
I did feel a bit bad and I said, what if I cooked the dinner? It was an empty offer. In all truth and sincerity.
Now, because I live out in the burbs and most of my friends live in Brunswick, and we're trying to because there's 17 of us, we probably can't all stay. And there was chat of...
Oh, that's where you realised the limit was. not at the 8-person table.
No. I was more like, all right, well, if we've got a couple in that room and the kids in that room and another couple there, a couple on the couch, we're filling up. We're filling up. And so did you also...
Sorry, I just got the hiccups.
Did you also offer to pick everyone else up in a bus?
I did. I said, what if we got a fun bus and I could rock up with the party bus and I drive everyone back to Brunswick.
Ship them all out.
Ship everyone out.
And I would like to say, officially, formally here on the show, yes to both.
It's actually a one or the other type of scenario.
Are you sure about that? Because I'll definitely take one or the other.
Which one, if you had to pick one? If you had to pick one, which one would you go with, Charles?
I just had an idea.
Yes.
So now that you're best friends with the CWA ladies, what if they came and cooked dinner?
That'd be a great fundraiser.
That's actually so fun.
We'll get Dolores and Ursula.
Casserole.
And is that her name? Ursula, Angela, and Casserole will come down.
Cass for sure.
I just go with Cassie, yeah. What's Cassie short for? Cassandra? No, Casserole.
That's just how she casseroles.
If you didn't hear during the week, Tony's joined the Country Women's Association. Who's going to be help cooking for the needy. Do I count as needy? I am needy.
You didn't laugh at me saying that's how she casseroles. And I feel really sad about it because it was so
Look at these guys. They're laughing.
They're casseroling on the floor laughing. What if I came around and made some casseroles?
What are those? The Casa Profiteroles is one of my favourites for Christmas. All right, so if the CWA ladies...
They might be booked.
If they do dinner...
Christmas in July is huge for the CWA.
If they do dinner, then you
Christmas Women's Association.
If
They're all
do,
called Eve.
If they do dinner, you can do the bus.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for watching today, everyone. That's been pretty good for me.
What are you actually going to do? Like genuinely, what are you actually going to do? Is it...
Do you reckon if I went to the local fish and chip shop and gave them a turkey, they would dunk it in the in the deep fryer? Do you reckon they would?
I think you should ask them.
Have you got any oil?
Way to find out.
How's the oil going out the back? You mind if I just drop a turkey in? Not a euphemism.
Yeah, so I'm fucking this girl, and all of a sudden I drop a turkey in, and she goes, "Oh, I don't."
Made her gobble.
Yes, I've got this girl gobbling on me turkey.
I'm gonna pass away.
I've got this girl schlonging on me gobbler.
I'm gonna piss. That is...
Vomit.
I am never gonna...
I've got a headache from like that's actually too much for Tony Lodge.
If anyone's getting sucked off this weekend, the moment it starts happening, just picture this.
That's like a turkey.
I am crying.
That has made me feel sick. What are you actually gonna do? Because, like, can I drive the bus? Like, yeah, but what are you going to fucking order Macca's for 17 people at your 8-person table?
So the thing about private chefs is usually you book it months in advance. But it turns out, shocker, we're not the only one that had a Christmas in July idea.
No, totally.
And I think that for the private, like, I've never had a private chef before, and this feels like a real one-off. But it turns out everyone else is having their one-off on a Friday or Saturday night in July.
Well, 1,000%, yeah.
It's really...
And because it's that kind of... I mean, it's raining now.
Yeah.
It's the kind of weather where you do kind of want to be at home and
because in Australia, we don't get a cold Christmas. So it's actually like... This sounds like really cheesy, but like it's a real novelty for us to wear Christmas sweaters, put the fire on, like really have a good time.
And cozy up. Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll get 17 Big Macs in a meal, thanks.
Yeah.
And McFlurries because we're celebrating.
Yeah. Yeah, pop a candle in one of those for Rachel's birthday and call it a day.
Yeah, so...
Well, if I've already got the bus, what if I did the Macca's run?
Take the bus through the drive-through, yeah.
I did the Macca's run. Do you have to have a special license? Like, what's the
I think
limit?
you can get up to 12 or 14. I've done a winery trip where I was the designated driver.
Yeah.
Oh, 10 out of 10 do not recommend that job. And drove...
See, I would like that.
And drove this same crew around Hillsville one day.
I would like that. I like being the deso.
Yeah.
I find that quite fun. I like being the saver. As in, like, I love it that, like, everyone gets to just have fun, not worry about, and I've just got it.
Well, do you want? Have you got Christmas in July?
Well, this is what I don't know if I can drive that many people
Charles,
around.
how many?
Up to 12 people, including the driver, so 11 plus.
So 11.
Yeah, so
guests.
so 2 of us are staying because I live there.
Oh, you're going to stay?
Yeah.
Oh, bagged yourself a good room, did you?
Yeah, the master. I think a few others. So that would be down to 15, down to 30. Yeah, no, I'll take your 12.
I think that what you should do is cancel the dinner and
Kate
go to
and
Bingo
Adam live in
Loco.
McLeod, so they don't.
Cancel the dinner and go to Bingo Loco.
Only 11 need to get back to Brunswick.
Cancel the dinner and go to Bingo Loco. Get Macca's on the way to Bingo Loco.
Where's Bingo Loco? If you're just joining us today, we discovered the concept of Bingo Loco yesterday, which is a stage show / bingo evening, which is a global sensation.
So the Melbourne show that's on Saturday, July the 19th, is 170 Russell Street. It's in the city.
Oh, great. It'll be hard to find a park for the bus, but apart from that, we'll be all
Nah,
good.
but you just get the bus to drop you off.
Yeah.
As in, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, there is a Wilson parking next door.
Done.
That's
How much
great.
to park a bus?
I think there's a height limit as well. Remember when I got stuck in
I'm only 6 foot.
No, but a bit of GST on that, mate. Financial year's over. You got to take that into account. And I'm not buying what you're selling.
I told the University of the Pacific when I was in year 12 trying to get a volleyball scholarship that I was 6'4", because this was like pre-YouTube where you just like you'd have to just send like a resume and they'd have to take your word for it.
Pre-YouTube? What do you
Well,
mean?
like now, if you were applying, if you were,
Sorry, this is pre-YouTube. What does YouTube have to do with
So-
how tall you are?
no, so now you're like,
Well, 4 shows a week now. So
well, it's like now you would say, here's a YouTube link to my highlights, and they would see if you were tall or not.
Oh, I see.
volleyball.
You have to admit there was no link between those two things.
Yeah, so that's why I explained it.
No, but I told them how tall I was. This was pre-YouTube, so it was all good.
It's pre-sharing videos online, so you just send them an email and you say you're 6'4".
Yeah. Yeah. No, it does make sense.
Thank you, Sophie.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I can get you a 12-seater van as well.
Thank you.
Just on.
Sophie loves a van.
I do, that's true.
What if
I will not be doing that. Driving the thing. I won't.
Well, Sophie, now that I'll be honest, I don't know if I can take you guys
Why?
or cook because I want to go to Bingo Loco. I would win a
I thought you-
holiday to Paris.
I thought you said you're going to sit on YouTube and watch volleyball highlights that night.
I'm not going to be able to come because I want to find out how tall you are. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be on YouTube that night
The 4 of us.
at Bingo
Bingo
Loco.
Loco.
What prizes they got going that night? Does it say? Or was it the same ones you read out yesterday? The air fryer, a trip to Paris.
It says vacations, random prizes ranging from lawnmowers to giant teddy bears. I mean, once
Ranging
you've made
from?
the fucking sale, stop selling. Don't you reckon?
Oh, but it does say previous prizes include a holiday to Vegas, a bathtub.
That's actually a great prize.
I was waiting for you to say a bathtub full of something for some reason, but it's just
No.
the
Bathtub
tub.
full of jelly beans.
then the next one's a car. Then the next one's a 3-meter teddy bear. Then a flat screen TV, a lawnmower, and even a boat.
Houseboat.
Houseboat.
Okay. If you're watching or listening, I would like you to go to the episode thread in our Facebook group or comment in the YouTube section. Would you rather go to Bingo Loco or Christmas in July at my house? Because it feels like there's a sentiment in the room that maybe if I go to Bingo Loco and those guys can go to my house and figure it
Then
out.
you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, here's Uber Eats. Sort it out.
Does this make sense? So it says doors open at 6 p.m. and then heads down at 6:45
Yeah,
p.m.
so that's when your head's down for bingo because you can't look at other people's sheets.
Yeah, come on, Charles, get it together.
Okay.
I'm part of the CWA. I know how bingo works.
Do you remember when I punched that kid playing heads down, thumbs up?
What do you mean do I remember? You know
See,
we
that's
didn't,
what I was thinking. Heads down, thumbs up.
Yeah.
you know we
remember
didn't go
heads
to
down,
school
thumbs
together.
up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I used to can I be honest?
Oh.
I need to be honest.
everyone said if you're standing in your lounge room, walk right up to the screen. Remember where you were at this moment.
I need to be really honest.
If you're on the treadmill, get off for a sec. Concentrate.
Pull over.
During heads down, thumbs up, I used to cheat and look at the shoes. And I'm so sorry.
Should we play now?
Should we play heads down, thumbs up now?
But you're not allowed to look at the shoes.
I don't know if I could. I've relapsed.
don't know if I want to do anything with her.
I am really sorry because that is just such
Is it
shit
fair
behavior.
say
Hypothetically. Sorry. Yeah, safe space.
Is it fair to say that we're friends and we've been through a lot together?
Yes. I think that's fair.
Is it fair that when we met and we started like recording audio, like we didn't really know each other, we've had to build trust? I'm sure there's been rooms you've been in that I haven't been where you've like stuck up for me.
Absolutely.
I know there's been
Fucking oath there has.
Yeah, there's been times
Just the other day.
yeah, I reckon there's a room.
Someone said he's not 6 foot. And I
I said, that's
yes,
a
he is,
pre-YouTube
Tony,
era.
that's
YouTube.
No, seriously.
There's time I stand up for Toni when she's not around.
I don't think that's ever happened.
That happens a lot.
What do people say?
Awful things.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, she's just the hot one, like, you know. And I'm like, no, but she's so
Personality
smart. And
IR.
yeah, like, you know, you don't know what she does behind the scenes. She's a hard worker.
Yeah, she loves to schlong on my gobbler. That was today. Nah, sorry, get to the point.
It's not just anyone you let slob on your gobbler. I've gone into bat for you. And you know how like you stick up for a celebrity and you find out they've done some fuck stuff and you kind of regret like all the stuff you've ever done before?
Yeah. Well, that's not what's happening here.
I feel like I've stuck up for you and now we've all found that out. I'm like, fuck. I really backed that one in and I'm hanging
cheater.
out with a heads down, thumbs up cheater.
I am really sorry. It's disappointing to hear.
It's also wildly out of character.
It totally is.
It is.
It really is. And I'm sorry to anybody that I've let down by that recent revelation. I've just got such a good memory that it was so easy for me to remember whose shoes were whose. And it was like such a superpower.
I was just about to say I've never been let down more by someone I've done a podcast with. But that's not really true.
You would not let them schlong on your gobbler. I've got a have to say here. This is actually...
I want to even the ledger because you've been honest and vulnerable. Let me tell you about the time I punched a child.
Yeah.
So, did you
Is
ever...
this when you punched that kid up with the over the pool noodles?
No, they were strangers' kids in a Campbellfield Kmart.
So true. Hate it when that happens.
Well, if a kid in Kmart hits you with a pool noodle...
You hit him back. I get it.
Yeah, and then the person comes over and goes, excuse me, sir, you can't do that with your kids. And you go, I don't know these guys.
These are my kids.
And I did say to the 15-year-old working at Kmart that I didn't start it. And he went...
I was actually finishing it.
Yeah. So, did you have a buddy system in primary school? Like when you're in prep, they hook you up with one of the like grade 6 kids to kind of be your buddy.
Yeah.
Like an older brother, kind of that kind of energy.
In high school, it was like when you started year 6,
Yep.
you got a year 10, and
Yep.
it was called 10's Friends.
Yeah.
And you got to hang out with them on like a Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
You got to like go and do an activity.
Yeah, so when I was at like the top end of primary school, Marn, he was in prep and he just started.
Hi, Marn.
And Marn was like, we were buddies.
Yeah.
And so, you know, like a little, he was my little brother. And if you ever need anything, bud,
Yeah.
anyone giving you a message, you come and let me know, you know?
That's nice.
Yeah, and so we hang out and we're going to play Duck, Duck, Goose. Right? And then so we're all sitting in a circle.
Yeah,
Was it
so
Duck,
it's a
Duck,
big
Goose
group
or
of
Heads Down?
you.
Is it the same thing?
No. Do you not know what heads down, thumbs up is? So heads down, thumbs
and
up
then
is
you gotta
where you
get-
put
yeah.
your thing, and then if someone selects you, you put your thumb
This is
away.
Duck, Duck, Goose.
And you have to guess who it was that thumbed you in the arsehole.
So you know how Duck, Duck, Goose, you like
Duck,
duck.
duck,
And
duck.
if they say goose, you need to run around.
Chase them, yeah.
So
But if they sit down before you, then you've got to do the ducking and the goosing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so duck. It comes around
the
to
anxiety
Oh,
of wondering
terrible.
whether you were going to be goose. Honestly, I almost laid an egg. Yeah.
Charles up for games today.
We're going to play Duck, Duck, Goose at Bingo Loco.
I'm going to be playing Duck, Duck, Goose, eating that Christmas dinner. You know what I'm saying?
To Duck, Duck, Goose.
Yeah. So I get goosed.
You're joking.
And so instead of you are
Going to die today.
you are joking me.
You're joking.
So I I get goosed. I get goosed.
Yeah.
And instead of getting up and chasing...
Goose is loose.
Instead of standing up and chasing the person that goosed me,
Yeah.
I thought if I get goosed and I'm quick enough, I can just like touch him before I even get up because you just got to tag him.
Yeah.
So as I get goosed and I kind of like, bah! Like go to get him, the person who's just kneeling next to me, I just punched them in the head.
Man.
It wasn't mine, it was Marn's friend.
Oh.
Yeah, but
Well,
I
at
was...
least it wasn't mine.
Yeah, but I was 10 and they were 4. So it just doesn't bode well.
Do you know what?
At least it wasn't mine.
And I said,
At least it
Marn,
wasn't
if
mine.
anyone gives you trouble, fuck, look what happened to that kid.
I actually
Redacted.
do think Ryan has told this story before.
I don't think I remember that.
Well, you don't remember that I'm 6 foot either. So fucking maybe it's a memory game today.
I don't remember lies. You know the other day when I met the CWA ladies, they go...
How could we forget?
They go, oh, and this is your lovely partner. And I said, oh, well, this is my boyfriend, like not who I do the podcast with. And they go, oh, yeah, no, I know that that's not Ryan. Then they got one thing in common. Maybe height is about it. And Torbs went... rinsed ya with the old sluts from the CWA. Yeah. I've got to love to see it here. That I actually wish...
Do you think Torbs and I are closer in height of human size or penises? Like as a ratio, what's closer?
Well, his is bigger both.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like, am I closer to him in height or... What do you call it?
Probably closer. Girth.
No. That's really upsetting. What's the word you say? He's got a real...
He's got a slayer on him. And that's not for the podcast. I think I just say that to you.
No, so when the girl from the CWA goes, oh, they're pretty similar, and then...
And I go, nah.
And then...
Jobs has got a real fucking
And
slayer
then
on
Casserole
him.
goes, yeah, they've got a couple of slayers.
Casserole.
Yeah, they've both got slayers on them.
And then, yeah, Casserole goes, check out the slayer on that.
So Torbs is 6'3", I'm 6'1" on a good day.
Sorry. I've got to... Love you.
Oh, I've just said my love to see it, and it's not for today.
No, I don't think mine is either. But I've got to love to see it here. This is actually, no, mine's good. Do you want to go first then?
Okay.
You go first, and then I'll bring it back around with Hayley.
I've just texted it to you. Charles, you might need to show Sophie.
Oh, that is for today.
My love to see it is people being reminded to always wash their hands. Because it's a hygienic world. And if you're not watching on YouTube, I'll put it in the Facebook group. But basically, do you want to describe that one, Tony? Or
I don't really know what I'm looking at because how does a cock in an asshole remind you to wash your hands?
so I think the cock is supposed to be the tap of the sink,
Oh.
and the asshole is the drain, and the cheeks is the sink bowl.
Asshole is the train.
And I've always said that. And the hands are the hands, but they're doing something else. It's basically a soap dispenser that says, this is how you should wash your hands, and I don't think they've thought that through. Or maybe they have.
Like, are we the fucked up ones that we see the asshole in the car?
Well, no, that's
like,
just what
are
Tony
we the
calls a
problem?
Saturday night.
But are we the problem, you know?
I don't think so. I think that's on them.
I've got to love to see here from Hayley. Send this through on Patreon. Tony and Ryan, I had to tell you this because I assume you're both Hawthorn Football Club members.
Fans.
Hayley said, me too. Smug noise. If you're a member of the Hawthorn Football Club, which sounds great, you get discounted movie tickets. She said it's sometimes like 40% off. And she went to the Palace Cinemas for $15.
Get the fuck out.
Right. If you Google Hawthorn membership discounted movie tickets, the link should come up, I guess, if you're logged in. So we
As a
can't do
member.
that. But
You also
love
get
to see
cheap KO.
That's good,
A
actually.
lot cheaper, yeah.
Because, I mean, obviously I want to be a member, but both years I've looked, it's sold out
Yeah.
before I've like been able to
The
get a
stadiums aren't big
membership.
enough for all us Hawks fans.
Yeah.
Maybe we should support the Western Bulldogs instead.
Or the Fremantle
The
Dockers.
Dockers, yeah, Melbourne
Be there,
edition.
member 7 and 8. Nah, but like,
It's funny because as if there would be 6.
but I've lost it, genuinely. But even though it is, I want to be a member anyway, that's also a great additional reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, because imagine that you're fucking slinging movie tickets for $15. You're making money.
Yep.
Human dollars.
Yep.
Thanks for letting us know that, Hayley. That will. I have to. Maybe what we should do is like go on the wait list. So then we're the first ones that get a spot. Because 2 years in a row I've tried to join and
Yeah. Unless you
can't.
join the top tier and it's like,
so expensive.
fucked, yeah.
The top. I think the top one. The one that I wanted to join was like you get a reserved seat.
yeah.
Because like that feels so fun and you sit with the same people every time or whatever. I didn't realize
It's
how
fucked.
extensive
It's
it was.
fucked.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's cursed.
Love you so much. Thank you so much for watching our first new type of week. Very,
Welcome
very
to
fun.
a new era.
New era. And tomorrow, if you want to watch on YouTube, there'll be a reaction video.
Yeah.
We used to post them on Sunday. Like, so it's the same thing, different day.
Yep.
Same shit, different day.
Am I right?
Oh, we've always said that. But thank you so much for joining us for the week.
And we'll see you either cooking at my house or at Bingo Loco in a few weeks. So,
Put your bets on what we end up doing. Love you.
bye.
Bye.